Hello guys, so in this video I will be explaining you how to build an XOR gate using transistors. So this is this breadboard circuit which I have built using transistors to make an XOR gate. So you can see the number of transistors that I have used in this circuit is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So in total we are using 6 transistors, and using those 6 transistors we will be making an XNOR gate circuit. So first let's get to know what is an XNOR gate in detail. So we can simply just say that an XNOR gate is a combination of logic gates like NOR gate, AND gate and OR gate. So combining these three logic gates, when we have two inputs and one single output, this whole logic is known as XNOR gate, and this XNOR gate is represented using this symbol. Okay, sorry. Yeah, there's a curve. There should be a curve before this NOR gate symbol. So yeah, so this is the logical representation of XNOR gate, where we have an OR gate which has a symbol of NOT before that, which makes an OR gate, and which if we make this curve before this OR gate, it makes an exclusive NOR gate. So yeah, so X NOR means exclusive NOR. EX stands for exclusive and NOR is for the NOR gate which we are making here. So this NOR gate, when combined with AND gate, and when the output of both are input for this OR gate, this whole circuit makes the XNOR gate, and the Boolean expression for this XNOR gate will be Q, output Q is equal to the A and B are here inputs, so multiplication of A and B, which is the AND gate, plus which is the OR gate here of outputs. So and this is finally is A bar into B bar. So this is the Boolean expression for XNOR gate. Now also you can represent this A bar into B bar equation as A plus B the whole bar, which is the output for this NOR gate. So this is the Boolean expression for XNOR gate, and the logical representation and symbolic representation here for XNOR gate. Now coming to the truth table for XNOR gate. So here we have two inputs A and B, and the output we have here is single output Q. So according to that, two inputs and one output, we have built a truth table. So we have 4 cases, and according to this truth table we can say that whenever we have identical inputs, that is whenever the inputs are 0 and 0 or 1 and 1, the output is high, that is 1. Or whenever the outputs are not identical, then the output is whenever the inputs are not identical, the output is low, that is 0. So this is the truth table for XNOR gate. Now we will see how we will be building this whole logic in this circuit, and making these two input have when we have these two inputs, the output should be Q should be according to this truth table for each of these 4 cases. So let's see the circuit diagram for XNOR gate. So here you can see this is a circuit diagram which I have used using 6 transistors to build an XNOR gate. Here the same whole circuit which I have made in the circuit diagram is here in the breadboard. So I will be just explaining you this, and we will be seeing the practical working in here. So you will have to see both of this at the same time to understand this. So we can say that now, as you can see here, we have two inputs A and B. Both A and B are connected to this NOR gate, and simultaneously also with this AND gate. So here in this circuit you can see A goes here and also till here, and this B also comes first here and also goes here. And we can see that this you can see here, these are dotted lines or circular dotted lines. This whole logic is for NOR gate. Here this whole logic will be for AND gate. Similarly here this whole logic will be for OR gate. So this is what we have here: NOR gate, AND gate, and OR gate. So here input A and B pass through this transistor T1 and T2 simultaneously, and here also again input A passes to T3 and B passes to T4 respectively. So okay, now the output for this NOR gate is connected as an input for this transistor T5, and output for this AND gate is connected to this transistor T6 as an input, and for this T5 and T6 connected in parallel to each other, making an OR gate connection, have an output connected to this LED. Here also in the breadboard you can see we have an LED. So we will be representing the output on this LED, which is, we can say, as this Q. Okay, so now we will see how we have built this circuit in here. And if you have seen my previous videos, you can see that how I have explained to build a NOR gate, AND gate and OR gate. Using those videos or those methods also you can build this gates individually and use the output of those particular gates as an input for this gate, and again similarly the output for AND gate as an input for this OR gate second transistor, and finally you can make this whole working practical circuit. So let's begin. So we have two inputs A and B connected to transistor T1, T2, T3 and T4 respectively. That is, A is connected to T1 and T3, B is connected to T2 and T4. Okay, so here these are our two inputs A and B. So this is the whole power source line. Here this you can see here, this is the positive, the lower line is the positive line which has the red wire connected, and the upper line is the negative line which is the yellow wire connected. So here these are the two wires A and B input. The left one is input A and B, the right one is the input B. So I have two inputs A and B connected. Now this input A has two wires connected, both of them are two red wires. This input A goes from here to this connection here, which further is connected with this resistor. Now this resistor is connected at here, which is connected to the base of this transistor, which is T1. So this makes the connection of input A in this circuit. You can see input A connected to this resistor of R, which is of 10 kilo ohms. R is of 10 kilo ohms. Wherever we are using R in the circuit, it will be of 10 kilo ohms. So it is connected to R, which goes to the base terminal of transistor T1. So same here, A is connected to this wire, it goes here, and here it is connected to this resistor of 10 kilo ohms, which goes to the base of transistor T1. Similarly, again A is connected to this wire here, which further goes to this transistor, and again this transistor is connected to the base terminal of transistor T3. So A is connected to transistor T1 and T3. Now here B also we have connected B to transistor T2 and T4. Yeah, this one is T2, and also here we have connected T4. So the second input which we have is input B. So the first wire is the blue wire which goes here, and again from here this wire also is connected to a resistor which is connected here to the base terminal of transistor T2, and again this the second second input wire from connected from B goes here to this transistor base terminal using this resistor of 10 kilo ohms, that is resistor R, and this is our transistor T4. So this is how we made the input connections to all these 4 transistors here of NOR gate and AND gate. And now let's make the connection between these 2 transistors in for NOR gate in parallel and for this AND gate in series with each other. So here the NOR gate, both the NOR gates have collector terminal connected to this input of 5 volt through a 5 kilo ohm resistor. So let's make a connection here. So in this circuit here you can see we have power supply connected here also. So the upper one is the red wire, so this is positive, the red wire is positive, and the lower one white wire is negative. So here you can see it has, using this 5 kilo ohm resistor I have connected it to this point on the breadboard, which is connected to this 2 red wires. Now the first small red wire goes from here to this point, which is connected to the collector terminal of transistor T1, and the second wire goes from here to this first point, first terminal, that is again the collector terminal of transistor T3, sorry, again I am wrong, it's T2 only. So now this is how T1 and T2 are connected from this 5 volt supply using a resistor of 5 kilo ohms. And then in the circuit here we have the emitter terminal of T1 and emitter terminal of T2 connected in parallel with each other directly to the ground. So here this is T2 connected this with the red wire which goes to ground, and also at this point in this line only we have another red wire connected which comes from this last terminal, that is emitter terminal of T1. So emitter of T1 and emitter of T2 connected in parallel with each other to the ground, negative line ground. And the output of NOR gate is connected again to the collector of both the terminals, which goes to this here, from here to the input of T5 transistor using a resistor R. So here from this point we have take an output. So here you can see after connecting 5 kilo ohms to this input for both these collectors, I have also connected a green wire which is the output. So from here I took the output here, and here you can see I have connected a resistor in line with it, and which further goes to this mid center terminal for this transistor, and this transistor is our T5 transistor and has an input connected from this output of this NOR gate. Now here comes the connection of AND gate. So we have seen the input A and B connected to T3 transistor and T4 transistor respectively. Now let's see the connection of collector terminals and emitter terminals for both this transistor. So here these are our T3 and T4 transistors connected in series with each other. Remember just that for an AND gate and NAND gate, the transistor T3 and T4 will be connected in series, and for an OR gate and NOR gate, the transistor should be connected in parallel. So here this is our T3 transistor, and the collector terminal here you can see is the first line connected with this red wire, which is connected to this plus line, which is 5 volt. It is receiving plus 5 volt from this at this collector point, and this the center pin is the base terminal receiving input here from this input A, and the emitter pin is connected with this red wire which directly goes to this collector pin of transistor T4, which is making a series connection between T3 and T4, and again the base terminal is connected with this resistor which is bringing the input from this blue wire, that is B, from this circuit. and finally this emitter terminal of this T4 transistor is connected with this red wire, which makes a connection with this negative terminal here on this breadboard, that is ground, using a 5 kilo resistor. You can see here the collector is connected with plus 5 volt resistor, plus 5 volt supply, and then the base is connected with input A of a T3 transistor. Then the emitter of T3 is connected directly with T4, that making a series connection, and again the base of T4 is receiving input from B using a resistor R, and the emitter for T4 transistor is connected directly to the ground using a 5 kilo ohm resistor. Also we have an output connected from this emitter of T4 transistor to the input of T6 transistor, that is the base, using a 10 kilo ohm resistor, that is R. So here, as I have shown you, that emitter is connected to this 5 kilo ohm resistor to this ground. Also it has connected to this green wire, which comes here connecting to this 10 kilo ohms resistor, that is R, and is connected to this transistor here, T6 transistor, at the base. So the output of this whole AND gate is input for this transistor T6. So this part of this breadboard circuit makes NOR gate, and this much part which have these two transistors connected, T3 and T4, makes AND gate, and finally these two transistors connected again in parallel with each other make an OR gate, which is the final part of our circuit, OR gate here. So we have already received input from from NOR gate at T5 transistor base terminal, and at T6 transistors base terminal we have received input from AND gate. So the remaining connection is making them parallel to each other, and with having plus 5 volt supply input, and the outputs connected to the ground, and the emitter terminal connected to this output and also with the ground. So coming to this circuit, here you can see this is T5 and this is T6. So the collector terminal of this is connected with this red wire, which comes from here, and also for this collector here is connected with this red wire, which again is connected at this same line where the collector of this point is connected. This transistor is connected, and both are receiving input of 5 volt from this pin with this positive 5 volt supply line. So here through this line it is receiving plus 5 volt supply, that is transistor T5 and T6 are receiving plus 5 volt supply. And already we have explained how the base of both transistor T5 and T6 are connected. Now coming to the emitter connection. So here this is the third pin connected to this red wire. The emitter is connected to this red wire, which is connected here at this point, and which is also connected to this red wire coming from the emitter of T6 transistor. So emitter of T6 and T5 are connected at the same point, this line, which is connected to this resistor here, going to the negative pin, the lower pin of this breadboard, negative power supply, which is ground. So this explains that collector receiving 5 volt input from two collector of transistor T5 and transistor T6 receiving input from plus 5 volt input here and here, and again the emitter of T5 and emitter of T6 are connected at this point, which is further going to this ground using a 5 kilo ohm resistor. Now but also the emitter of both T5 and T6 are connected to this LED, which is further connected to ground. So here, as I explained, T5 and T6 are connected at this point, which is connected to this LED, and further the negative terminal of this LED is connected to this line, which is the ground. So this is how our whole connection of an XOR gate is made. Now let's see the practical. So to confirm that this whole circuit works as an XOR gate, we need to make sure that our circuit obeys this truth table, that is, whenever we have respective inputs 0 and 0 or 0 1 1 0 and 1 1, we have the same outputs for those respective outputs on, that is 1 for 0 and 0, 0 and 1. When the inputs are 0 and 1, the output should be 0. When inputs are 1 and 0, the output should be 1, and when the inputs are 1 and 1, the output should be 1. So this is how our circuit should work. So let's see each of the 4 cases one by one. Going to case 1. So here we have inputs 0 and 0. So whenever we need to make the input 0 and 0, so I have already connected the inputs with plus 5 volt supply. This is the positive line here. So if I need to make input A is 0 and B is 0, so I'll just remove this wire from here, supply, and also this, I'll just remove this one also. So A is 0 and B is 0, there is no connection with from power supply with this point, so that the A and B both are 0 now. And when I turn this switch on, so here you can see the LED is glowing. So whenever the input so like for this case, whenever A and B both the inputs are 0, the output should be 1, that is the LED should be high, and here the LED is high. So the first case here is true till now. So let's jump to the second case. So in the second case, the input A is 0 and input B is 1. So now let's just power this off first. So when input A is 0 and B is 1, so we have to connect B with the power supply and make the A unconnected with the power supply. So here this is our B line and this is our A line. So A is 0 and B is 1. So let's turn on this power supply and see the output. So the power supply board is on, and since we have A is 0 and B is 1, the output here is 0, that is the LED is off. And according to the truth table also, when input A is 0 and B is 1, Q is supposed to be 0. So again this case is also true. So let's see the next case, it is case 3. So here for this case, A is supposed to be 1 and B is supposed to be 0. So previously we had A is supposed to be 0 and B is supposed to be 1, but for this case we have A is 1 and B is 0. It's just the inverse. So we'll just connect this wire here, and since the power supply board is already on, we can see that this is the output. So the LED is off only, so output Q is 0 again. We'll just restart this. Yeah, the output is still 0. So again for case 3 also, when input is A is 1 and B is 0, the output is 0 again, which is this case is true also. So the final case, when A is 1 and B is 1, so if here to make A is 1 and B is 1, we already made A is 1 and B was 0 for the previous case. So let's just connect this here. So this will make B also 1. Yeah, so this is connected, this is connected. Now let's just power on the switch. So the switch is on and you can see the LED is glowing. So when A is 1 and B is 1, again then also the output is 1. So this all 4 cases are true according to this circuit, and we can say that this circuit that we built using this circuit diagram or this logical representation of OR gate, sorry, XNOR gate. So this whole circuit is also XNOR gate, and hence we have made a circuit for XNOR gate using transistors. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked the video. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe, and if you have any suggestions or any doubts, you can ask them in the comment section below. Thank you.